Okay, well, welcome, Kogsi. We're up to healing 3, and I'm going to touch base to see how we progressed in the last 2 healing sessions and then what we're going to work on now. And the thing is that the fact that now you're getting comfortable with me, you're probably trusting me a bit more. So that's important part of the healing, because then you feel more confident that it will work and that it's all good. That's very much part of the healing as well. But and also I've been tuning in and getting in a little bit of information before we started so that we can go deeper and make sure that we're making permanent change. So I'm just going to ask you, the first healing we dealt with the PTSD. That was up pretty high. I think it may have been 8 or 9. And then we got it down to like close to 1 to 0 or something like that. What is the PTSD at the moment?
Well, considering I'm still under, the attacks, the radiation attacks, the EMF, attacks and those. I would still say there is there's an element of that. But today I'd put it more at like 6.
Okay.
It's not as high as it was last time.
Okay. So it went up last night, did it?
Lately, I would say the past, is it 4 days? 4 days,
so
especially.
It's gone
I
up.
felt the hyperdimensional interference as well has ramped up, you see.
That's
which
usually,
is the dark cloud.
That's usually indicative that it's about to be, we're gonna deal with it generally. So if it's unusually high, then okay, it's knows what's coming.
Yeah, and I feel it even affecting me physically. Like it's not just on a. Yeah.
So can I ask you, is it abnormally high? We're doing, or is it abnormally high?
It's abnormally high.
Great.
It has definitely ramped up. It's not what I'm used to. Yeah.
Great. Oh, good. Well, we're gonna this is I've mentioned it before. It's coming. And it's screaming out. It's like annoyed. It's like we're coming for whatever this is. So that's fine.
Yeah.
So before the last 4 days, so then you're saying you were feeling okay. But let's take out the last 4 days.
Yeah. It was it was if I take out the last 4 days, I will say I was having what I've always been having, which is like that feeling of emotional constipation, the suppression. Remember I told you in the email that I've got a huge emotional pain body. It's like somehow my emotional release valve is not functioning as it should, and so I've got a lot of suppressed emotions. So usually I would say it's caused by that. A lot of the stress is now caused by that, but there's also this dark cloud and the elements within and the hyperdimensional interference that is also keeping that emotional pain body. It's helping to keep it in place. Yeah.
So we had your nervous system as well. So and it's great. You know what? You're really great to work with. You are smart. You're clear. You know yourself. You've been working on this for a long time, and you express yourself really well. And you can divide things up. So I'm going to applaud you for that. You make my job really easy, the way that you can communicate and then put it in writing. So well done to you. And you do know yourself pretty well. So that's fantastic. So I just want to say that. Next, wanted to ask you then, because last time we worked on the nervous system. So that went down when we went really low. You said your nervous system as well as localized muscle pains and chills. So that was really good when we worked on it last week. Then how long did it stay low and what's happened?
It was better. It was low for a while. I put it at like 2. Yeah. 2 roughly. Yeah. It was, low for a while, but then, like I said, this past 4 days or so, when the attacks have been definitely ramped up, the radiation from outside, and so now I'm feeling it in the body that it's it's now the number has gone up now because of that. You see?
Okay.
Yeah. Because I guess the attack before was not working the way they wanted it to. Now, you see what I mean?
Right.
We had done a good job in terms of lessening that number. So
well, I will say that it's good that you can articulate yourself, but this stuff that I'm dealing with is the most complex and the most difficult that I could ever deal with. So so I want to, but that's okay. It's still okay. But I'm going to go at a different level today. And yeah, we're going to go to a different approach. Okay. And so what we got to do now is, first of all, set our sights. Let's set an intention. Let's you express how you want to feel by the end of this session.
Okay. Yeah, by the end of the session. All right, I'll do that.
Do you express it?
Oh, all right. So she's like, okay, I want to feel more like a sovereign and free individual. I want to feel free, you know, to a significant extent of this hyperdimensional, you know, interference. I know there's a lot of it. So, I mean, I wouldn't expect that, you know, all of it 100% would be clear, but I want to feel.
Hang on,
you know,
what did you just say?
I want to be free, to feel free of the hyperdimensional interference.
And then what did you say?
To the largest extent possible, if we can't, you know, remove all of it.
Well, okay.
So, yeah.
Can I just get you to say, I expect it gone by the end of the session, because I expect it, and then I want you to expect it. If we don't be on the same page, then you'll not get the results. That's what I need to expect it.
Okay, I want to be totally, absolutely, and 100% free.
Thank you.
Any and all hyperdimensional interference that I'm currently experiencing by the end of the session, so that we can get it down to zero, hopefully. So yeah. Okay.
Don't work against me. Beautiful. Right. That's launched. Yeah. All right. So what number is it now for bad? 10 is a lot, 0 is none. So what? So
it's 10.
Okay, so we're on a 10. Yeah. All righty. We're on a 10. So we want all those things we expected by the end of the session.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to open the case that, strangely enough, our CRM, Customer Relations Management, they hold everyone's accounts. We just found out after 15 years that they suppress emails, and that they said that we have to show proof that that person wants their email unsuppressed. And I thought, how interesting that they would say unsuppressed, and then how interesting that they had people like our work email was suppressed, people that were our students suppressed, and I'm like, and they go. And I go, this is way too, well, there's a lot of emails. And then I actually said, well, we'll just take our business elsewhere. You're making me lose business. I don't even have a work email that's getting any of our correspondence. And then they turned around and unsuppressed everything. So that was a good sign. I didn't really want to move CRMs, but all I'm saying is the universe talks in metaphorical ways. I always watch a pattern and a pattern and a pattern, and they unsuppressed it. A weird name and I didn't even know they did that to emails. I didn't even know that existed, because I'm not very good with, I'm not the tech person for it. But so anyway, unsuppressed, which means we're about to get you unsuppressed. My nose is now running, which means we're already started.
Mine was as well. That's why I went to the bathroom just now. So
I'm Marisa. Sorry, what's up? You good?
No, don't worry. Yeah, I'm
okay.
Good.
I'm Marisa to allow myself to be a pure, clear conduit in connection to all that exists, all organic light source energy, all universal powers. Oh, yes, I am. The guardian hosts and crystal star guardians, I request for this healing to be in Kogsi's highest good. I now confirm access to divine matrix and protection, divine guidance and blessings, upgraded the DNA 12-strand blueprint and beyond, access to healing and protective words of power and the next universe, activation of the Sephirotic healing forces, activation of spontaneous healing forces, organic light and energy portals. Permissions are granted for healing to flow through Kogsi in this moment in time forever after. All right. So okay, there's a couple of things I want to do, but I did test, and we talked about this dark cloud and this negative energy and this negative force. Now, people are the strongest conduits of forces. They're emotional. People, hold emotions, and they are the people that harm us the most and can keep us stuck. So there is somebody in your life, whether they know it or not, are affecting your energy, and we're going to extract them disconnect them from your energy. Then the thing is, we need to find out who. So you can start naming people, but you don't have to name them. You can just go think of them and go, well, family member 1, family member 2, you can just go think of them and then call them family member 1 or friend 1 or work, whatever you want to do. So you don't have to use their name. And then I will confirm if they're the energy that we need to release. Is that cool?
Okay. Yeah, no, it's cool.
So have a think about somebody, people that kind of are against you, or a negative, just anything that you've thought could be. Families are probably big. So, all right. So I want you to think of them and then go family member 1 if you don't want to use the name. So say it.
Okay. There's one family member that I'm thinking of right now. It's someone who's would be alive in a different dimension. There's not someone alive, but it's like someone who's incarnated in my family. Okay.
Who's what?
He incarnated in my family line. I don't know if it's my mother or father's line, but I think it's my father's line. So this would be a reptilian who incarnated in my family and was in the military.
Right. And this person was in the military. You're talking about
he was connected to the military as well. And this was actually to affect, because once the DNA lineage, once they have that connection with my DNA, it's easier for them to interfere with me on the other side. You know how they might have a reptilian guarding someone like me, constantly. When I guess from your reaction, you're feeling that, yes, I discovered this. I did this through my shaman and through 1 or 2, seers who helped me to decipher this. I found that, yes, I do have a family member who's on the dark side, who is reptilian, and who is affecting me negative. So that's who
it is them. But I'll tell you what they've done. They've kind of cloaked themselves so that when I try to go in and get them or feel them, they've got this kind of invisible cloak. But not that I'm not saying I won't be able to get in, but I'm just saying that we're cutting you through it right now. It's starting to peel away now that we've identified them. See, truth sets you free.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm getting in now. Now I'm in. Okay, so it is that person. Oh, God, now I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. No, his energy, his aura, I'm told his aura was quite fierce. He was huge, man, when he was incarnated.
All right. We're gonna disconnect him. I'm just gonna get you to say some affirmations. Are you cool? Are you on your own?
Yes, I'm on my own.
Okay. What were you looking at?
Yeah. No. I was just looking at the door to see. I was hearing, because it's a bit windy, in the morning. So some of the doors sometimes they knock. So I was just wondering what's going on there.
It's the spirit knocking. Yeah. So this will be the best thing. This is the best thing. I'm excited about this. So it is that. I might add it in the curse. Yeah, do it in the curse one. Yeah. I want to use it as a curse release. So it'll be the same thing. But when at the end of this healing, I want you to stand up and jump it out. You've got to jump it out. Because if you were with me, I'd be shaking your feet and I get both legs and then I it goes like when I'm grabbing the feet, it's coming through me and out. So I'm going to have to go out and cough this out, but you're going to jump up and down and physically shake it out. Got it?
Okay, got it. Yeah, I got it.
All right. So what are we going to call this person? You can give me a kind of code name or his real name. Up to you.
Okay, Iguana. I'm saying this because Iguana is the family that owns that Crown Casino in Melbourne, the elderly man who passed away. He was called Iguana. That was his nickname. Iguana is a lizard, as you know. So I think we can call this person Iguana, yes.
Satanic curses. So it's come up a satanic curse on you. I love this. You feel so good once you get this hooked out. All right. I request divine permission and protection to commence the karmic curse release. Access source, primordial sun, galactic sun, local stars, and planets. Access all spontaneous healing forces in the head, torso, pelvis, and feet. I now request the powers of divine light, divine blessings, divine source to safely release, dissolve, remove, and cancel all karmic satanic curses given by Iguana to be purified, cleansed, and dissolved from Kogsi in this moment and time forever after. I release all negative effects and impacts of this karmic release now. I want you to repeat after me. I, Kogsi, choose to release.
I, Kogsi, choose to release.
All past life or karmic satanic curses.
All past life, all karmic satanic curses.
From Iguana.
From Iguana.
These satanic curses.
These satanic curses.
And I avoid, cancel, and dissolved.
That I avoid, cancel, and dissolve.
I choose to be released.
I choose to be released.
And free forever.
And free forever.
I reclaim my sovereignty.
I reclaim my sovereignty.
From this point forward.
From this point forward.
Shake it out, jump, and let me go out.
Okay. That was a great bit of exercise. Yeah. I'm gonna shake him off. Thank you.
All right. Oh, feels better. What are you feeling?
No, it does. It does feel much better.
What number are we on? We started at 10, so give me a number now.
8.
8.
Actually, no, down to 7 now. Now I'm feeling much better. It's the light energy is increasing inside by the heart area. It's like there's space there now. Right. It's growing.
I expect that to knock off and go right down to close to 0. That's what I'm expecting. And
yeah, because it's going down slowly as I'm opening up more.
Yeah, so I don't expect
from 8 to 7.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure that you've hope. I need you to trust or have seen me do stuff, because then we can move it, like you go, because I'm expecting if I'm going to go out there and cough my guts out, I know that I've just released something big.
Yeah. Actually, now it's on 6. Yeah. No, it's moving. It's moving slowly down. Yeah. Slowly down. And my mind is becoming quieter. It was really nice. It's like this being was affecting.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to check something.
Hang on. Just let you before we check. Just because this is important to get him out and get him disconnected.
We're at 5.
Good.
Yeah, we're at 5.
Now, can I just ask you? Do you have anything that he's given you in the house?
No, that is given me. No, there's nothing. This is. I don't have anything that I know of his. No.
I'm going to imagine now your auric field is protected in this white crystalline light that no longer can he re-grab or take hold of you again? It's this light is now vibrating around you, protecting you. And your energy field no longer will match him. So it will he can't grab hold of anything anymore. You're vibrating too high. He can't take hold anymore. Just keep that light flickering and
it's a 2 now. Yeah, no, it feels good. Oh goodness, it feels like there's so much space in my body. It's like a lot of my physical weight was carried by this being as well.
What's that?
I'm feeling much lighter. A lot of my it feels like a lot of my physical weight was me carrying the energy of this being in my energy space. You know what I mean?
All right.
Because
so
now,
yeah. Okay. So what number are we on?
I'm seeing 2-1, fluctuating between 2 and 1.
Wow. Holy guacamole. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, just with regards to this being alone, yeah, it's 2.
Cool. That's pretty cool, hey?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And even the mind is becoming more silent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I said. I wanted to check earlier. And the things that one of my mind alters, it turns out, is a reptilian being trying to pose as a mind alter. Right. Because they hide, they're more effective when they're hiding.
Right.
So I'm just trying to check if this is the same being or if this would be a different reptilian being. You see what I mean? That's just what because there's a significant difference I'm feeling in my headspace.
So I'm going to just get you to say another affirmation to do with your DNA and your consciousness with this guy. So, and this is what forensic healing is about. Like, we have stuff we can say, and after we learn it enough, we understand that we are releasing stuff. So I think it would be good to say, I choose to release all DNA and consciousness connections with iguana.
Okay.
Say that. I choose to release 100% DNA connections. Say, and 100% consciousness with iguana. Say that.
Okay. I choose to release 100% DNA connections and 100% consciousness connections with iguana. Whew, okay. Crazy.
Was that as good for you as it was for me?
No, yeah, I don't know. As you're coughing out, I felt a release in my throat.
Good thing about editing, I can edit that out.
Okay, yes. That's a
go back and do a bit of edits. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Feel that.
Oh, yeah. Even my back area, upper back, by the shoulder blades.
Yeah, so he's your black cloud. He's like your black cloud.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay.
And so now that you're aware of that, if you happen to feel it creeping back in, you now know you can cancel it. Like with, this will be on YouTube. You're all fuzzied out, but this is on YouTube, and you can go back and watch it.
Yeah.
And we're
definitely.
actually getting a few comments. People are starting to say, I think I've had what you've had. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They're
That's
like,
wonderful.
it's actually helping a lot of people.
Oh, okay. No, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
No,
So
I'm happy to
you.
hear that because, thank you. Yeah, because
Well,
a lot of targeted individuals and MK Ultra victims are waking up now, and
They are.
So if it helps more people, then I'm happy.
Oh, this is amazing. Amazing. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I think your work has only just begun.
Yeah, no, it only has. Yeah. It only has.
You can't, you've been working at this for a long time, and then you finally break free. you'll be able to really help people break free, because you know they can. You know what I mean? It's only till you actually do it that you actually believe that you can. And
once you've gone through, once you've gone through all that, being an MK Ultra victim yourself, rather than just read about it, it's easier to help. So
I mean, I don't know. I'm amazed at people's ability to break free. So from all that trauma, because I barely got out of my trauma. But that's all good. All right. Okay. So, but now I'm going to go and find one of these affirmations and statements from those parasitic entities that actually say voices, right? So I'm going to do that again. So the voices affect. So let's have a look. 1 to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Demand secrecy of their presence. So one of the voices are demanding you to be secret about them existing. You can't speak about it. And that probably shows up when no one understands you and you can't express yourself, and no one would understand why you are the way you are. That's how that manifests. If that's there, then it's like they almost cause you to be secret, because no one understands.
Something clicked inside when you said that.
Yeah.
So I resonate.
All right. So that's good. So what we're doing also is exposing them, which that's the secret of really healing, is finding the truth of what's being done and then undoing it. Now I'm going to find out what it's saying. 110 options. So A, B, 56 to 60, 70, 71, 72, 80, 81, 9, 91, 91. Okay. So it's saying 90, 91. You attract bad people. Yeah. How does that make sense? Anything?
It does. Or let me say, people who trigger me,
right,
a lot. So not just bad people, but even situations. Bad luck, and things or problems coming back after that seemingly solved. You see. So recurring issues and all that,
so then if you got that, then we're going to take that voice out of your head.
Okay.
So if you can start reading that affirmation.
Okay. I proceed to cancel, void, and reject the parasitic demonic entity causing the effect that
yours was demand secrecy of their presence.
That demands secrecy of their presence. Okay. I, reject and refuse the lies the parasitic entity voices tell me that demand secrecy of their presence.
And that I attract bad people.
And that I attract bad people. Okay. I acknowledge the lies and deception of this parasitic entity and reclaim control over my mind, thoughts, sovereignty, birthright, and divinity. I reclaim the truth that I am.
And then we reverse it. So that I am worthy of attracting good, integral, compassionate, understanding, whatever you want to say.
Okay, that I am worthy of attracting good, integral, understanding, compassionate, loving people into my life. Okay. And that includes my soul family. Okay. I close all harmful portholes, gateways, grid systems, stargates, and access routes to my energy field, and refuse any demonic or parasitic entity access to my mind, body, and soul. I choose to live as a sovereign, powerful, divine being and only accept information and connection from the pure organic source energy. I choose to live in oneness with humanity from this point forward. I am blessed.
Take a nice deep breath in and just start shaking out your arms. How's that feel?
Yeah. No, it continuously gets better. I mean, especially physically. The biggest change is in the physical.
The physical.
Followed by the mind, yeah.
Okay. So what are you feeling at the moment?
Ever since we cleared iguana, inside the belly, like especially the belly and the chest, like I said, there was this, like a whole lightness there. It was like there was space that was created there that was not there before. So it's like light was filling that up. And I feel that expanding out into my energy field. And this wasn't, this hyperdimensional interference, or like it wasn't just interfering with me energetically. I actually literally felt it physically, in the muscles, in the tissues, tendons, in the nervous system. So I'm feeling that also beginning to relax, almost like I'm getting a light massage. You see what I mean?
Cool. Can I ask you, this is the important part, is this a new feeling or have you felt this way before?
The first part, the one I said was like space in my belly and the chest, and the light was coming and expanding there. That is the new part. The one about my body, but the feeling more relaxed though, again, that part I felt before. I'll be honest with that. Yeah.
But the space is new.
Yeah. Space
That's all I'm looking for is new stuff. So when we go to a new level, that's conditioning you that it's possible to, heal. Do you know what I mean? So therefore, your body will heal. So every time, that's why I'm looking for something new, because even if it might creep in, now you're learning about what also you can do to where it's coming from and how to protect yourself. But you're also trusting that this is good, and that helps this process. And we get rid of the crappy demons with their statements as well, plus curses and all this. So that's what I'm looking at. Okay, rightio. So how about this dark cloud that you talk about? What number dark cloud do you feel, or what are we working on now? You tell me.
Yeah, because I don't know what. First of all, let me even see what I wrote to you about this, because there's someone or something near me. We've now figured that was iguana, right? And I'm trying to see. What else is going on here? Yeah, so I guess maybe these interferences were linked to iguana. I don't know if they were, because here's the thing about hyperdimensional interference. It can be a whole host of things that are affecting you at once. There's parasitic entities here, there's AI here, there is etheric implants here, there is a reptilian here, there is mind alters, they're like this is what I wanted to check. My mind alter, the one that is actually not a mind alter, is actually a reptilian posing as a mind alter. I want to see if that's also cleared along with iguana, or is that a different reptilian that they're talking about? Because it could be more than one, you see, reptilian.
I'm not getting anything on that. There's no mind alter. There's no presence of any of that.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can start naming stuff, and then I can tell you what to remove. So if you name stuff, and I'll go, yeah, that's showing up, or it's not. So you name stuff.
Okay. Is there still then, since we've removed iguana, is there still dark cloud lingering, in my energy field?
He was the dark cloud, because that's
he was
what.
The dark cloud. Okay.
Yeah, he was the dark cloud. So that's gone. So there'll be something. It was to do with him.
Okay. Now I want to see what's affecting. This is where now I come in, because you see, this was now affecting my emotional pain body. Some way, somehow, he was working in a way. I don't know what hyperdimensional technology he was using to suppress the movement of my, emotions. But I am told that a lot of that suppression was actually linked to him, to his interference, you see.
Linked with
so,
what?
His interference of my energy field
Yeah.
in my physical body. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I want to,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm not.
It's like I couldn't move, you know, I couldn't process emotions, literally. Like they were just stuck, you know, there was a lot of stuck energy. And in fact, a lot of the stuck energy in my body is that.
You know what I'll do? I'll do the black
Yeah.
goo. Let's do the black goo.
Okay.
Talk about the why you think you've got black goo.
Oh yeah, last time I did mention. Okay, I did mention this because I'm in the secret space program. You know, especially since they use my hybrid clones. Black goo helps with mind control. You are easier to control when you have that in your system. But I also found that black goo is also used to stop a lot of other things from coming into your, you know, life, including good. We did an affirmation about good, loving, compassionate, integral people coming into your life, including soul family. Black goo is also meant to stop that, to prevent that from happening. Somehow it prevents because it's like your energy field transmits frequency out that attracts, you know, the right things and the right people towards you and everything. Black goo would somehow, you know, interfere with that. You see, or it might even send an inverted frequency, which is
okay. So let's do that, because if you've been injected with black goo, then you're far more easily controllable, because you're a superconductor of electricity and energy, and they just have to hook up their AI and control you. Yeah. Tell me again what you remember about being injected with black goo.
All I remember about it, the memory that I have of it, is that I was, it's like there was no, it's almost like it sucks the consciousness out of you. So it's like I was looking at myself in the secret space program and I was like a zombie, basically. I was functioning, I was effective at what I was doing, but at the same time, I was a zombie. It's like I had no consciousness, you know, with what I was doing. And it's like it makes everything, it's like the room, the atmosphere, the surroundings were gray or black. You see what I mean? So it kind of like
okay.
How can I?
All right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what this pathway does. Black goo, graphene oxide, and dark matter removal pathway removes artificial realities, timelines, conscious mind control, physical control, siphoning of energy, and damage created by black goo. It cancels its power to replicate, overtake the body, human genome, and hijack consciousness by connecting to EMFs, 5G entities, and AI.
Yeah, because I could see that it overtook my body as well as my energy field. That it had completely taken that over. And when you mentioned the artificial reality, or artificial time, whatever,
yeah, it creates artificial realities.
That clicked very strongly. Yeah, that
and
clicked
timelines.
Very strong. Oh yes, you know what it feels like? It's almost like you've got a blueprint. You see when you come in, okay, of what you want to do. So it's like, well, they're able to now impose an artificial sort of blueprint on that. So you end up going, you're not going on the path you're supposed to, you know, be on. It's almost like you want to go this way, and this artificial takes you. Yeah. So
all right. That's black goo, dark matter, graphene oxide. Oh, okay. Got to change that. It accesses the aurora light, the consciousness units, and the rays of the next universe to transmute its energetic imprints and control. So what black goo does is, okay, the pathway is going to access the aurora light and the consciousness units of the next, and the rays of the next universe. So that is 5D and beyond. So when the pathway takes you there, it will dissolve and transmute the black goo, this higher consciousness. We've been blocked from actually reaching there, but this pathway will put you in that new dimension that then dissolves it. That's what that means. Removes the dark
aurora line.
removes the dark forces access of carbon elements to control matter forms, including control over the genetic expression of the human body, removes false timelines and artificial realities, replication abilities that overtake consciousness through the removal of the God code, includes black goo, transmutation, extraction. Okay, sounds pretty good. Let's go. Awakening scan list. So what have I got? One, two, can't wait till I get this manual in 1 to 10, 1 to 10 to 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Okay, so 34 is hara line damage. The hara line is the central channel that creates embodiment triggers for access to personality, soul, oversoul, and source consciousness. So it's all part of your energy field. So it's hara line damage. That's come up before. So hara line damage seems to be quite common. So that's kind of like, you know, a bit like the Kundalini access, the spiritual access. So this hara line is important. ID age 40 to 30 to 20, 19, 18, 15, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3. So going back to age 3, I know last time I think we did 2. Let's come back to 3. So there's where some damage has occurred, which is good to go right back to the blueprint of yourself.
Yeah. Yes.
I, Marisa, request access to all levels of advanced consciousness, advanced dimensions, the guardian host, crystal star guardians, enlightened beings, to void, cancel, and transmute all black goo, dark matter, and graphene oxide, causing mind control, health conditions, and DNA alterations, and hara line damage from your body and consciousness originating at the age of 3. I request a purification and disconnection of your mind, body, and soul from smart dust, AI technology, 5G, and harmful radiation, EMFs, through the removal and transmutation of genome of the graphene oxide and black goo. Graphene oxide and black goo operating systems, sentient life force of graphene oxide and black goo. Smart dust interacting with graphene oxide and black goo, grid systems connected to the graphene oxide and black goo, graphene oxide and black goo merging with your genome sequence, graphene oxide and black goo from all body systems, embedded AI connected to graphene oxide and black goo. Nephrotic syndrome and replicating abilities, vaccination and injection, toxic ingredients, sentient energy from graphene oxide and black goo, feedback systems and mind control from graphene oxide and black goo, soul core bitings and capture, mind control and spells. Confirm restoration and organic connection to DNA and RNA to full human organic potential. Take a deep breath in. God source connection. God code and full organic soul connection. Deep breath. Restore intuitive discernment and instincts for clarity of mind. Restore free will.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to do the black goo extraction. Okay. So we do the Surya Mudra on each area. Well, that needs to be inserted. Okay, Surya Mudra is The ring finger. Okay. Place thumb over ring finger. So thumb, put the thumb over.
Okay.
Then place it over the heart chakra.
Okay.
And then solar plexus, which is around the belly button. Take a deep breath. Safely unlock and decrypt all graphene oxide and black goo merging with the genome. Purify the blood, vascular systems, and the genomes of black goo and graphene oxide. Confirm all residue of black goo, dark matter, and nanotechnology and parasites have been transmuted for Kogsi's awakening process to 5D and beyond, to disconnect from the false timelines and artificial realities. So shake it out, breathe it out.
Say 3 years old and transmute
The hara line damage.
hara line damage and the genome merging. I choose to restore my connection to the organic pure source energy through quantum light and frequencies. The aurora light opening, the consciousness units, and the rays of the next universe. I confirm the restoration DNA sequencing to its original blueprint to expand and evolve into 5D and beyond. I choose to live in oneness with humanity and confirm this healing in gratitude to all that is. I choose to accept and allow the blessings of the awakening process for my soul to evolve and live in oneness with humanity. I declare and decree my sovereignty from this point forward. I am blessed.
Deep breath. Shake it out.
Oh, that's great.
What are you feeling?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling lighter, much lighter than I was in the session, and my head space is more clear now.
Okay. Energy, physics, emotion, spirit, soul, or it's in the awakening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 in awakening is so funny. I threw in the Supersoldier thing just as a last minute kind of thing. It's weird that I happen to be now addressing this issue of Supersoldiers. It's funny. The Phantom Matrix extraction, deactivation of Supersoldiers, and Lotus of Life activation removes the replica of the fallen Earth timeline's Phantom Matrix used to blend with the organic Earth body. It removes the body from the black hole system, deactivates Supersoldier threats, and restores the silicate matrix and organic created codes. It includes unified eternal consciousness, Lotus of Life activation, ID age 40, 30, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. 16, so it's giving me age 16. It's 1 to 10 to 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, 43. And number 46 for the awakening. What do you remember at 16? Anything particular?
16. Well, that's the year I went through my first of 2 major clinical depressions. It lasted for 3 weeks. Yeah. And I managed to get out of it, but I really thought I was going to die at some point like that.
You thought what?
It's a funk. I thought I was going to die, because it's a funk that you go into and you feel you'll never get out of it. You see what I mean? That was my first experience of clinical depression. And yeah, no, that's it. That's it.
Wow.
It's a dark place, yeah.
Okay, so it's come up Nephilim DNA. So somehow an Nephilim DNA, which is, they say that DNA, if that's been put in you, or if you've been messed with that DNA, then you're more easily controlled. Genetic hybrid between Orifim and Reptilian are easy to mind control and energetically possess. It's a genetic hybrid between. So whether they've tried to interfere or whatever, I just don't worry. I just use the word. I don't know exactly how it relates to you, but whether you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so 16 is an interesting A. So we're going to take off and reverse that darkness. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And this, oh yeah, this is a good one. I'll explain it in a minute. I, Marisa, request access to all levels of advanced consciousness, advanced dimensions, the guardian hosts, crystal star guardians, enlightened beings to void, cancel, and dissolve from Kogsi's consciousness and light body, the phantom matrix timelines originating at age 16 to allow his expansion into the higher realms. I confirm the removal of the Nephilim DNA and the artificial tree of life through the safe disconnection and removal of phantom matrix timelines, base 10 math from the 12 tree grid manifestations template, blended earth realities, artificial tree of life, tree of death, virtual reality hologram and fallen earth timelines, black hole systems and enslavement programs, mental holograms and consciousness traps, adverse Sephiroth. So this is reversing this tree of life. They've given us a false tree of life. It was a 10 base tree of life, which never connects us higher up, which is the 12 tree grid. And it eats off itself. It is in a closed system where it consumes energy, whereas we're opening up where there's eternal energy on the true tree of life. So we've been on this fake tree of life.
Yeah.
And opening up from a closed system to an open system of energy.
Yeah.
And Sephiroth is the tree of life, but there's been an adverse one of that. So I confirm removal and closure of feed lines of Lush manufactured by Alpha Draconis Orion Group and removal from the closed bi-wave reversal polarity system to restore Kogsi's connection to the Trinity wave, which is eternal energy, of the Christos and Cosmic Mother Arc to full access to the organic infinite light. Confirm restoration and activation of the silicate matrix, Lotus of life, 12 string of DNA, transduction sequence, and the God spark. Deep breath. Return that God spark, return your divinity. Confirm the deactivation and deprogramming of any Supersoldier threats interfering with Kogsi's ascension and awakening process. Release him from the parasitic relationship, siphoning his energy and life force. Confirm that any copied pictures, images from light holograms or clones creating consciousness traps are void, cancelled, and dissolved.
Yeah, no. It feels even better.
Cool. Now I'm going to share my screen and you're going to look at this. So you're going to, okay, you're going to now look at that picture. That is the unified eternal consciousness Lotus of life activation. And I'll say confirm the deactivation and deprogramming of any Supersoldier threats interfering with Kogsi's ascension and awakening process. Release him from any parasitic, I said this, but I'll say it again, relationship siphoning his energy and life force. I confirm any copied pictures, images from the light holograms or clones creating consciousness traps of void, cancel, and dissolved. I, Marisa, confirm this cancellation of the fragmented finite consciousness dual metatronic flower of life, daisy of death, implants, holograms, and AI programs, and are replaced and recoded to the non-dual unified consciousness perpetual life source code, Lotus of life, in Kogsi's consciousness and light body. Okay, you know what to do. There's your statements.
Yeah. I, Kogsi Tsiletlo, confirm the safe removal of the phantom matrix and fallen parallel earth timelines from my organic earth body. I confirm the closure of portals and gateways consuming my organic creator codes and soul's living light. I confirm the base 10 architecture and distorted birth transduction sequence running reversal 10 currents are void. cancelled and dissolved from my soul birth records to realign and transfer my soul to the organic universal tree of life timeline and lotus of life. I choose to accept and allow the blessings of the awakening process for my soul to evolve and live in oneness with humanity. I declare and decree my sovereignty from this point forward. I am blessed.
Deep breath in. Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, felt a sharp headache. Like I felt a neuron, like neural pathway was shooting across the side of my brain. And it was a sharp pain. So
Pains, was it?
something was clearing there. Yeah.
Let me just close down and then we'll see where you're at, because that'll integrate everything and just make sure that nothing is left vulnerable. I request the purification and cleansing process of white gold, pure organic light, dissolve all negative energies and attachments from Kogsi, myself, this room, this building, surrounding area, anyone or anything affected by this healing. I request closure and disabling of harmful portals, gateways, stargates, NA, firewalls, and access routes to other dimensions, realities, controlling, interfering, siphoning Kogsi's soul and energy life force. I'm just going to skip through. I ask the guardian and angels to pour blessings upon Kogsi for all the things he requires to obtain soul freedom and sovereignty. I ask that they guide and protect him and lead him on a path of empowerment to assist with the evolution of his soul and humanity. I ask that healing may continue throughout this time, that Kogsi may always know he is of divine infinite worth and holds the power and choice for his transformation. I now confirm these requests have taken place and this healing is complete.
Thank you.
Hang on, it's nice, deep breath in. It's just integrating at the moment. Okay, good.
Oh, great. Okay. Feels much better, especially in the shoulders. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Is that a new
there.
feeling?
No, 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 it's not. No, it's not. I felt it after I've had a really good massage, but
Yeah.
I haven't had a massage today, but the energy clearing is really helping me physically.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's check it out. How are we feeling? You said you felt the targeting and you felt the heaviness. What number do you feel now?
I put it at 2.
Okay. How much PTSD do you feel? 10 is a lot, 0 is none.
No, right now it's 1.
1.
Right now it's 1.
How much attacked do you feel? 10 is a lot, 0 is none.
Attacked at the moment? No, I'll put it at 1.
1.
I'll monitor it over the next few days. Then.
Yeah, but we're on new numbers in a way, because those numbers are new. When I worked with you before, it didn't go below 5 or something, 4 or 5. So we're working with new numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, and we need to be celebrating that, and then it grows. This is universal laws. We celebrate. We go, yes. Thank you, universe. Thank you, universe.
Wonderful.
And
thank
then,
you. Thank you,
yes,
universe.
so thank the universe. Thank you, universe. And then it goes good. Then we hold it in. We hold it longer.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And I'm putting gratitude in my heart. Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, no, there's
yes.
No, there's more energy. There's more energy. That space I told you about inside now, that's a new feeling. That space that I told you is that emptiness and being filled by light. I'm feeling it on my breast plates. You see what I mean? It's like there's an emptiness that just came all of a sudden there and it's filling with that light. And so I guess it'll continue even after the session. You know, I'm feeling it. Okay, I'm feeling it down. It's like my nervous system is also calming down. You see, I think that's also a feeling of the nervous system. It's really
the biggest influence.
I'm feeling my legs.
Yes, the biggest influence was that family member.
Yeah.
People had no idea how people have interfered with us, and that we need to take it off. We have to address it and take it off, that energy and that interference. And
sometimes they don't see it multidimensionally, because like I said, this is someone that has actually passed on to the next, but he's affecting me from the other side.
Yeah.
So I mean, very negative. Yeah.
Or affected you before he left. It's probably already been in there, and then if it's already in you, then you can actually create or run into people still that are like him or doing the same thing. That's how it works.
Yeah.
All you need is it sits on your soul, and even if they're not even alive.
No, what I found out is that they knew I was going to incarnate in my family, my current family line. You see, they already know that ahead of time, maybe sometimes 6, 7 generations. So then they position themselves to incarnate in that family line before you, so that then it's easier to interfere with you once you once you incarnate physically. You see what I mean? So that's why it was easy for him to do that, because there was that DNA connection now.
I describe the process of getting off this matrix and getting off what they've done like the Incredible Hulk. It's almost like you have to bust out of that skin that you're living in. Like you have to bust out of you, because it's all been done to you in childhood, and you're coded, and that busting out, it's not easy. And I don't know how some people survive, because if I hadn't have created the system and done the research, I think I'd put a gun to my head, I'm pretty sure. And if I didn't study the universal laws, which means every angle, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. So I've had to do an immense amount of detoxing, because I was fed arsenic at the age of 18. So plus all other toxicity, and, I was self-destructive. So when you eat arsenic, and the weird thing was when I look back, and so like I should have died really, because I had to leave work. I was so sick, and I went to throw up, and I was on the train, and there was a guy opened the door. It was back in the days you could open the train doors, and I was going to throw up, and I go, I can't throw up, there's a guy there. So I never threw up, and it stayed in my body. And then I know it's, and it's affected my body seriously, let alone all the smoking, the drinking, and whatever else, and the partying, and just all that self-destructive behaviors that you do. Somehow, it's a bit like we've had, weights on us, and toxicity is like you got the black goo, and it's like weights on us. And when we're able to release that part, then what we've been struggling to create and be bursts open, because we've been working out in the gym, with all this heavy weights, and we're like, we can't lift these weights anymore. And then when we bust off the weights, as in the toxicity, the emotions, the negative connections, or all of the curses and the implants and the siphoning, and you name it, when we able to do that, then it's like we're busted out. We're busted into the Hulk now. We've got out of that old skin. And I've seen the Matrix, and the only way that I could transcend it was with my consciousness. When I saw it I've seen it a few times in an ayahuasca ceremony. It wasn't fun, and that's all I've seen. And so the message they told me was, you got to transcend it with your energies. So that's really what we're doing. Plus everything else we can add to it. Like everything else is adding to our pushing. All right. So let's just do a summary. Tell me what you're feeling. Tell me what's new.
Okay. So what's new? Definitely. What's new is that space that opened up when we released the iguana. Okay. Inside of me. It's like, and I'm sensing that he was also contributing to my heart palpitations. I was even lately, all of a sudden, because I even did physicals recently, I was getting this, all my other physicals were all right, but the blood, sugar issues were coming all of a sudden out of nowhere, my muscles were tight. I mean, and my nervous system felt fried. He was affecting my physical body in a number of ways. You see what I mean? And when this space opened up, I felt these effects, you know, the nervous, the space felt new. Like it's literally from the heart area to the lower, to the
okay, that's like where the hara
root
line
chakra.
by the way,
The
that's
hara
where the
line,
hara
yes.
line
That's right, yes. So the whole space opened up there. Yeah. And I felt like light was coming in there. And then I felt like it was, if you can imagine the hara line, then there's a tube. I felt like it was expanding. So it was expanding out, you know, and then into my physical body, into the energy field as well. And then, like I said, I felt as if I was now receiving a massage. And I felt something like the head, like the middle part of my head here, where the two hemispheres of the brain join. You see, I felt like it was reconfiguring itself somehow. This is definitely affecting me also in my, you know, in my headspace, in the brain as well. Because I even felt much lighter in the head.
So are you feeling more optimistic?
Yes, I am. No, yes, I am. Definitely. I mean, this is a confirmation for me that no, we are moving. And I know definitely that I will have even more trust. You mentioned in the beginning of the session that I've got more trust, you know, in you and your abilities. Definitely is increasing now with these confirmations that I'm receiving. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, that's good because I work on, as I said, I mean, yeah, you have to I work on the universal laws, and the universal laws are also, you know, you believing, trusting, that it can happen. The easiest people to heal are those that when I've got a demonstration, the easiest people are usually the ones right up the front, and they're like, oh, pick me. I you know, they just so want it because they believe that I can help them. They are more easy to, because they're just so eager and they're so trusting. They're like kids, you know, oh yeah, you know, and because of what's been done to us, our trust is, we've been blocked. We can't trust people because that's kind of what we've been taught, and then that restricts the healing. But as you mentioned, of course, it's all new, and yeah, that's good, and yeah, it's good.
No, it's good. No, it was another good session.
Okay, all right. So we're right down to close to 1 and 2 for stress, PTSD, feeling targeted, and now you've got this new thing of feeling light. Yeah.
Yeah.
More open.
Lighter. Yeah. Lighter.
Yeah.